You're about to see a man go on a Royal Caribbean cruise, all alone just to eat the food. Who needs friends when you have thousands of taste buds?
Hear ye, hear ye. Welcome King Timmy of Genovia and Narnia. He has dual citizenship. To this video, which is a splendidly, wickedly talented celebration of food and sustenance. Thank you, everyone. It's me, King Timmy. It's good to be here representing my countries. I'm ready to sail with my fellow royals on Royal Caribbean. Jacob, Edward. Sorry, I know I'm kind of awkward for a king. I would just like to dub the viewer that is about to watch a 30-year-old man in Skechers with a bald-headed, egg-shaped head eat a ton of food in the middle of the ocean. There you go. In this video, I'm going on a Royal Caribbean cruise for the first time ever. It's a 3-day cruise, and yes, I'm going alone just for the food. Oh, what was that? You said that's pathetic? You said that's pathetic? And what? I agree. Now what? Now what? What are you gonna do to me? I will be eating and reviewing as much food as I possibly can, from the buffets to the room service, to even the specialty restaurants you have to pay for. Yeah, we're doing that this time, girlies, because I've never done that, and I just want to treat you guys to a nice meal, you know? I know how to treat my woman right. Do you? I know how to make my girl feel like a queen. And that's what being a man is all about. Oh, there's people. They're women. I don't want to attract them too much, guys. It's the pheromones, you know. Mine are very potent. You guys know I've been on Carnival, Disney cruises, and VV. But now it's finally time for RC. That's my nickname for it. I like it. Hey, RC, it's TT. We are not only gonna be feasting, we're of course gonna explore the whole ship as well and review the room. Let's hope it's good, girlies. I got the ocean view with the window, because the balcony ones are just too expensive every time I go on a cruise. But at least I'll get to see the dolphins and the mermaids and King Triton, those pecs. So that's good, just don't tell my wife I said that. This specific ocean vessel is called Independence of the Seas. I know you're wondering, Timmy, where is this cruise stopping? It's stopping at the iconic island of Cococay. I've never heard of Cococay, but I'm assuming they have a lot of coconuts. I'll be dodging them like... And apparently the island has its own buffet as well, so we'll be trying that too. I'm sure they serve coconut water, coconut milk, coconut meat. That last one got vegans a little too excited. Girl, calm down. Touch grass, but don't eat it. Also, this cruise was over $1,500. But it's fine. You know, they are catering to the royal demographic. It makes sense. $1,500 is pennies to kings and queens. Or should I say pounds? Because that's more British, right? If $1 is a pound, then are nickels calories? British people are so funny. They're so quirky. Anyways, before I head to Miami, give this video a big thumbs up if you're enjoying it. It is the easiest way to support little old me in my whole career. Also, subscribe. Whoa, that wave. Very on theme. Let's go, girls.
Okay, so I had to make a quick pit stop to go shopping. Duh. Wait, what's that from? It's gonna drive me crazy now. Oh, strut. Yes. I had to buy some nice pants because I live in Florida, so I literally don't own any pants. I'm not joking. And I found out that Royal Caribbean has a dress code at their restaurants. Isn't that just so fun, having to dress up just to eat? So I looked around. I found a few I kind of liked, but I had to make sure they matched my Skechers because my Skechers are the most important part of my outfit. Hello? Oh, girlies, I'm so excited. I don't know if you've noticed, but I have very short legs. I'm basically all torso and then feet. And that's one of the reasons why I don't even buy pants. But I somehow found the perfect pants that fit me like a glove. I feel like I'm part of the sisterhood with the pants that travel. I look so cute now. I'm excited. Welcome to Miami, the place where I was born. Yes, I traveled all the way here, and now I'm in an Uber going to the cruise. Are we ready for this adventure, girlies? So there's the Miami skyline, gorgeous, and there's the actual cruise. This is the only shot that I could get of the cruise itself because at the port, it was too close up to take a full shot of it. So I arrived to the port and there was a sign that said Bon Voyage. What does that actually mean? Like, we all say it, we all use it as a cute romantic term, Bon Voyage, my love. But do we actually know? That's the biggest Bon Voyage I've ever... What? I was gonna say, that's the biggest Bon Voyage... Who's he talking to? I keep on thinking they're talking to me. I don't think it's to me. Anyways, what was I saying?
I don't remember. We're here, girlies. We're about to board the Independence of the Sea. Do you guys think it's named after Kelly Clarkson's hit song Miss Independent? Probably. It probably is. Kelly is just that girl.
The decor kind of took me by surprise. I did not expect to see giant lit up engagement rings on the ceiling. That was super cool. And inside of the actual lobby, there were giant propellers. Huge ones that were actually propelling and spinning. Now, they weren't going forward or backward, so I guess they're not fully functional, but still super cool.
I just got through security. I'm on an escalator. This is a much nicer terminal than I expected. It just feels very glitz, glamour. Like, look at that. Like, what is that, an oblong gong? What's that shape called? Oblong? Oblong, right?
I mean, guys, there's floating candles on the ceiling. I feel like I'm in the Harry Potter cafeteria. Where is Voldemort? Where is his nose? He doesn't even know. Also, this tree looks like it's made out of potato chips.
We are about to board the cruise. The moment we step into that lobby, we're searching for the buffet.
This is the best close-up shot I could get of the ship, and this is the loading area where they load people onto the boat.
Girlies, look at all these colors. It's basically a rainbow. Did they know I was coming? The queen of Skittles. I'm about to take my first step on the cruise. You guys know every time I go on a cruise, the first step is a big moment for me. And I really want to savor this, okay? This is the first time my sketcher is gonna feel royal. There it is. Now what? This is different. Usually once you get onto the actual cruise, you have to like say something like, hello, and scan something, but there's nothing. No one to greet me. It's fine.
I still feel welcomed. So where's the lobby? What's happening?
I'm just gonna follow this nice couple. They seem like they know where they're going, so they're my cruise parents. Okay, I think we're going inside now.
So I realized that I did not enter through the main lobby, so I just went up the stairs to try to find it.
You know what's interesting? These stairs are giving luxury, but the carpet's giving Motel 6. I love that balance.
There it is, guys. I found the main lobby. It's basically like a big mall hallway. It's like a mall, legit, but with like extra neon lights from Amazon, you know? I don't know how it's just serving opulence, but also kind of trashiness at the same time, just like the carpet. Also, there was this big random red tiger. I'm gonna name him Aslan, of course. Girlies, look at me. I'm living. I'm laughing. I'm loving. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Revlon Lash Blast.
Look at this map. They said, we're going the extra mile. We are making the map out of crystals and gems. Was this carved at Jared? Okay, so I think that the buffet is called Wind something. Where is it? Wind fart. No, wait, where is it? For real, Timmy, be serious. Windjammer. There it is, Windjammer. It's on the 11th floor. Let's go, girlies.
So I took the stairs because cruise elevators are the slowest things ever. We will talk about that more later in the video. This is it, guys. This is the buffet Oh, Queen, I'm sorry. I always feel so bad when like people feel like they have to rush or like bend down because I'm filming something. I don't mind at all. Just walk through it, Queen, please. So when you walk into the buffet, there's a hand washing station. Love that so much. There's a little bar at the front of the buffet if you want a little cocktail with your meal. If you would like a gin and tonic with your
buffet chicken tenders.
So the buffet had fruit and bread. It was very hard to film this whole section because there were so many people. So I just filmed what I could, you know? There's some different types of curries, there's some chips, there's some lunch meats. I'm basically just shouting out foods that I'm seeing on the screen right now. So if I'm not mentioning everything, just look closer and see the food for yourself. That's some, what? Oatmeal? What was that? We have a salad bar with tons of toppings, some sort of a chickpea vegetable moment, some sweet potatoes, some rice, some pork schnitzel. That was interesting. I've always wanted to try a schnitzel. And what's that bright stuff? I think some sort of a veggie. And then we also had some mashed potatoes, some fish, some potato wedges, burgers, cheeseburgers, hot dogs, chicken tendies, mac and cheese, fries, and a lot of desserts if you have a little sweet tooth, and multiple cavities. And there was a lot more food, but like I said, it was so hard to film. And also they have drinks ready to grab, which is kind of fierce. Like water, you can just grab it. You don't have to fill it yourself. I loved that. So this is what I got, not including desserts. I got some cauliflower, a potato wedge, some of this pasta stuff, a pork schnitzel with mustard sauce, some beef curry, some fried rice, and then I got tons of American food like a burger and mac and cheese and fries and a chicken tendy.
I'm sweating. Even my pits are sweating. They smell great. They sweat perfume, just so you know, but they are sweating. The first day buffet on a cruise is always the most chaotic moment of the trip, but I'm feeling the chaos. I'm embodying it. I am feeling the gluttony. I'm embodying that as well, obviously. Ew, there's something in the tomato. What is that? What is that? I'm finding something mysterious in my tomato on the first day. What a start to the trip. I don't know what that is. I'm just gonna set it aside, girlies. I don't trust it. Royal Caribbean has to gain my trust, you know? They haven't done that yet because I've been here for 5 minutes. As you can see, I got a nice mix of different cuisines from different cultures and American trash. The balance always has to be right, guys. Let's first try something simple, a French fry, right? Oh. Okay. With ketchup. You guys know what I'm about to say. Oh, Rida. Potato parts. These taste like frozen French fries. They taste a lot like Orida, but that's fine. They taste like good ones. They're nicely salted. I can tell even if they were frozen, they put some extra salt on there. They were like, go back to the Himalayas, carve us some more pink salt out of the salt caves. We need it. We have to hide the Orida. But they're perfectly fine. I'm gonna give them a nice 6 out of 10. Yes. Next up, another very basic task, chicken tender. Okay, come on, tapeworm. I'm just kidding, there's no tapeworm in here. It just looked like one for a second. Who is she? Hi. You're about to eat some of my calories in my stomach. This is my little helper. So I think what that is, I think that's that chicken tender tendon, the tendon and the tender and the tendon. That is in a lot of chicken tenders. Some people take them out. Sometimes I think they just cook off or something. But once in a while, the tendon really comes through in the tender. And that's what happened here. I could really feel the texture of the tendon and it kind of took over. But I have to say, flavor-wise, that's a very strong tender. It is just as good as, let's say, TGI Fridays chicken tenders, Chili's chicken tenders, any sit-down restaurant chain tender. It could go up against it and say, I'm just as worthy. It's salty, it has the classic tender flavor. The breading's not too thick. It is a bit greasy, and I feel like it could use some black pepper, but otherwise, it's good. 6 out of 10. We are off to a stellar start. Next up, let's try the mac and cheese. We're just getting all the trash food done first, you know, because I have a very high-end palate, and I just have to get this over with. It's so hard eating mac and cheese. Honestly, I don't even want to. Okay. I was joking. I love trash food, and I was really looking forward to eating that mac and cheese, actually. But I think it might be the worst mac and cheese I've had on a cruise. It, first of all, tastes like processed boxed mac and cheese, and I like boxed mac and cheese. And if my critique stopped at that, I would have been fine with this mac and cheese. But there is a background flavor that reminds me of rotten. It just reminds me of the word rotten. I'm not saying it's actually rotten. I'm just saying that's what the flavor's giving me. And also the noodles are too tough. They're a bit harder than I just kind of feel like a raccoon right now because I feel like I'm eating trash. You know? Oh, that was brutal, but it was true. Have you seen the video of the raccoon that like opens the door like this? That's my favorite. I'm gonna give the mac and cheese a 2 out of 10. Now we have a simple cheeseburger, Ronald's specialty. I got sauteed onions because a lot of places don't serve sauteed onions. I was like, that's bougie. And then I also got pickles, tomatoes, and then ketchup and mustard. It's not bad. Does it taste like a basic Bubba burger from the frozen aisle at Publix? Yes. But that's not an insult. Those can be decent. It is very simple, and it could use more seasonings, but it's fine. I'm not mad at it. All the toppings taste really fresh. Love the sauteed onions. They really add a caramelization that a lot of basic burgers are missing. What I don't love is the bun. I think the bun is cold, stale, untoasted, and it kind of ruins the whole burger experience, to be honest. So because of that, I'm giving this burger a 5 out of 10. I have to clean my fork because it has rotted mac and cheese on it. I ripped off that Band-Aid. This is what bravery looks like.
This is what a man looks like.
Anyways, next up, let's try this penne pasta.
Strawberry kiwi.
No, thank you. Thank you anyways.
Yeah.
I said no because I wasn't sure if it was liqueur. Because on Carnival Cruises, they offered me a drink and I was like, sure, it's free. And then they handed me a bill. I was shocked. So I'm not risking it this time, girlies. Strawberry kiwi could mean strawberry daiquiri. So this penne pasta is not less than mediocre, to be honest. It really tastes like just a jar of pasta sauce with some noodles. At least these are al dente. because of course this is an Italian dish and they know how to make pasta a lot better than the Americans, right? Us uncultured swines, oink oink. But honestly, that's all I taste. It's like Prego with some boiled pasta and that's it. It needs salt, it needs Parmigiano Reggiano, and it just needs flavor. Like there's no strong Italian seasoning and the tomato doesn't taste bright or refreshing. So I'm gonna have to give that pasta a 3 out of 10. Not good at all. Now this is a pork schnitzel with a mustard sauce. I had no clue there were schnitzels other than wiener. Wiener is the main schnitzel, right? Oh! You know. Same girl. Once again, I haven't been slayed by anything yet, but this pork schnitzel is very greasy. It's soaked through the whole crust, so it's almost soggy, but flavor-wise, it doesn't taste oily, so that's good. And the sauce isn't bad, but it doesn't taste like mustard at all. It tastes like a packet of gravy. I love a packet of gravy. I would eat the dust by itself without the water. But yeah, I'm gonna have to give that pork thingy a 4 out of 10. Next up, we have beef curry with rice. Please have flavor. I beg you. Finally, let's rejoice in that. Let's celebrate it. That has flavor. The beef is really tender. It tastes slow cooked and it's very lean. It's not fatty at all. And the rice is very fluffy. And this curry sauce has an extremely strong curry flavor. It's perfectly salty and it's kind of vinegary, which balances out that warmth from the curry. Finally, I get to give a real critique to something. This is the best curry ever. No, but it's a good curry. I'm gonna give it a strong 8 out of 10. Yeah, it's strong. Next up, fried rice. Who? That is not the fried rice we all know and love. That is not Panda Express. That's like the most mediocre one, but still, we all love it. That tastes like plain white rice and black pepper. And that's it. That's it. If this is how kings and queens eat, I'm just kind of shocked that they have all the jewels and gems in the world, yet they won't prioritize flavor. Also, like the rice has this grainy feel to it that's just not giving. It is way too plain and has no droplet of soy sauce or sesame oil or anything that'll give it that iconic fried rice flavor. I'm giving it a 2 out of 10. Okay, so now we have this cauliflower. I had to get something healthy, right? Well, it's cooked perfectly. Still has a bit of a crunch to it, but it's soft enough to enjoy. It tastes very roasted, and it has a slight sweet honey flavor to it, along with a garlicky flavor. It's a very nice, healthy side. I really like that. I'm so proud of Miss Flour right here. How is the vegetable outshining all of this? I'm giving that a 9 out of 10. Now, last but not least, we have this potato wedge. Okay. I expected nothing from that. I don't know why, it just looked dry. I expected my taste buds to take a trip to the gutters and the trenches, but they didn't. Instead, they went straight to Flavor Town. That's a fantastic potato wedge. They honestly over-seasoned it. And when it comes to potato wedges, the more seasoning, the better, because they're so thick and they're so dense and they really need a hefty coating, a hefty trash bag on the outside to really balance out all that starchiness. And that's what this had. It just honestly tasted like a seasoned fry times 5. So I'm giving that a 10 out of 10. Best thing I tried today. So I have to say that the non-American food did have more flavor than the American food, but still overall, there's a blanket of mediocrity on top of this food right now. The food feels like it's oppressed by basicness. But guess what? We haven't tried dessert yet. And then right after that, I have to go and do my safety drill thing because I think I'm late.
For my dessert round, I got a pineapple cake, an apricot tart, an apple cake, a coconut cream puff, and a chocolate bar.
Let's first try this chocolate bar. Ooh, let's do that again. Let's first try this chocolate bar. Oh. That's not bad, but it's not what I expected. So there's like a mousse layer and then a normal cake layer, a Pillsbury layer. The mousse layer though is like mousse meets a marshmallow. It's a very interesting texture. So it's giving that. Now the chocolate flavor is delicate. It's not super rich, which I appreciate. I just wish it was a tiny bit sweeter just because it's almost a little too light. But overall, I'm happy with it. I'm gonna give it a nice 7 out of 10, yes. Next up, we have a coconut cream puff. I love that. You know what brings me joy? When I make an instant pudding and I don't mix it well enough out of laziness, and these little blobs of pudding powder form and they float to the surface, and then once I digest them, they bring me What's the chemical in the brain that makes you happy? Endorphins. Thank you, Legally Blonde. That's where I learned that word. It just gives me endorphins because those little blobs are just so delicious somehow. And for some reason, the filling in this coconut cream puff tastes like vanilla pudding blobs. And I really respect that. It just has such a strong custard flavor, fantastic texture. And the cream puff itself, like the outside is perfectly puffed. I'm giving that a 9 out of 10. Next up, we have this apple cake, guys. That's so unique. Oh, excuse me. For a buffet, this is kind of different, you know? I feel like they're taking a risk here. You know, I think it's time to stop taking risks and to live life safely. That is not a good apple cake. I've had homemade apple cake before. Back in the day, it was some lady that went to my church. She made the best apple cake and she brought it to all the potlucks. And I would always devour it. And people would stare at me like, Timmy, slow down. And I would just say, you don't know my limits. You don't know my life.
Stay out of it.
This is not a good apple cake. To me, it tastes so flavorless, almost like an angel food cake, but even less flavor. An angel food cake is mostly meringue. And then the apple chunks feel undercooked and they kind of add this kind of chalkboard, cringy texture to the cake. It just does not work whatsoever. I'm giving that a 2 out of 10. Next up, we have this pistachio apricot tart. That's what it looks like inside. Sad. Just like my dried fingers. Do not look at the cracks on my fingers, guys.
Hi, it's future editing Timmy here. Yeah, don't worry, sis. I cropped your hand out of the close-up shot because it was quite disgusting to look at. So please start using some Aveeno or possibly some Lubriderm.
I'm working on it. I'm putting lotion.
Girl, since when? Maybe once a month when they're extra cracked and extra painful. Get it together.
This tastes like a very thick puff pastry with a very light pistachio cream. It's not really bringing full pistachio. It just honestly tastes like sugar paste. And then the whipped cream tastes good, but the apricot kind of took over. I could only really taste apricot. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10. Last but not least, we have this pineapple cake. You know, some things in life just don't make sense. We haven't found aliens yet. Mermaids aren't real. I'm not 6 feet tall. This is one of those things that just doesn't make sense. To me, I enjoyed it because it tastes like cornbread. And I love cornbread. I could live on cornbread. Call me a crop circle because I'm full of corn. That's all it gave me. There's not a hint of pineapple in there. It just tasted like cream on cornbread and I'm happy with that. So I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. Our first meal of the trip is complete. I can't say I'm impressed, but I'm also not disgusted. I think Carnival was definitely much more vile. So I'm grateful so far. I might get ungrateful later if it keeps being mediocre.
So I've never seen anything like this on a cruise before, guys. They have a touch screen digital menu. We are living in the age of robots, truly. So I went outside to find my safety drill station. It was C8.
Conducted in compliance with international law. Unfortunately, we cannot allow anyone who has not completed the briefing to sail with us today.
Aye, Captain. Love that. I see mustard C8. I see my mustard, Colonel. There it is, C8. That was the easiest, best safety drill moment ever, girlies. When I was on VV, they made me watch a 6-minute rock and roll lady sing about safety vests and floating in the water. But here, it was just this nice girl, and she was just like, do you know how to put a life jacket on? I was like, yes. And then she was like, if you hear the emergency bell thingy, come out here to this spot, get your medications, girl. And that was it. So now we get to go to my room and see what it's like. I'm on floor 6, or I should say deck. Come on, Timmy, get into the theme. Okay, so these are the cruise hallways. Now they are a little bit simple, but look at the art. I was so impressed. They have a portrait of Beth from Little Women when she had enough energy to sew. And they also had a portrait of the beef pot pie that she made when she had enough energy to cook. And this was her right before the end. And this is my room.
Okay, girlies, it's time to see our first Royal Caribbean room ever. Oh, it worked. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Oh. I have a patio? I have a patio? What in heaven? Why do I have a patio? I'm in the right room. It says Timothy on my little key. I have a patio? Luxury! Girlies, I'm so I've never had a patio in any of my reviews. I'm not gonna question it. Okay, if they wanna give me a patio, I'm not gonna say no. I'm not gonna say, sir, I really wanted that little circular window. Let's just go back to the door. Start the tour from the beginning of the room. Well, from the front of the room, the beginning of the... This is not a story, Timmy. It's an architectural structure. I'm so grateful. Okay, so this is what I walked into. Oh, by the way, I did pre-order those waters. They're not free, and I'm so sorry to every turtle and every merman that is gonna be affected by them. Girlies, look! Oh my goodness! It's huge! That is a huge patio. Are you kidding me? And I have 2 chairs. Do not lay flat. Okay, I will sit straight up, I promise. Let's open it. Okay. Oh, okay, it just takes a little bit of bicep, that's all. Wow, look at the blue water. Soon it's gonna be full of Evian bottles. I'm so sorry. There's a little man on that ship. Oh my goodness. Hello, fellow vessel, sailor. Even though the buffet was extremely mediocre, I'm loving Royal, guys. This is a great first impression. Okay, so this is the main hallway. As you can see, it's all full of wood, which is kind of just like different from other cruises, because other cruises are more focused on being modern and innovative, and this is focused on trying to be a treehouse. Okay, this is the closet. That's a big closet for a cruise. Let me just say that. We have a whole floor in here. A whole floor in here. What I mean is that there's like a legit standing room in here, which is very nice because, as a lot of you know, I resided in a closet for many, many years, and I did not have all this walking space. I could have been dancing in there. I could have been performing. There's tons of shelving here. My gosh, how much clothes are people bringing to a 3-day cruise? And we have a safe, then we have some more wooden accents right here, and then the life jackets right there. Very spacious. Okay. My goodness, we have a massive full body mirror. It can fit my whole massive body in it. And here we have this couch that looks like it's from 1902. It is very old fashioned, but I don't even care because I have a balcony. So I'm just gonna sit out there the whole time, right? Who cares about this sofa? But is it comfy though? Oh yes, I expected a rock. I expected Dwayne. Yes, it does feel springy. Spring has sprung, but it's pretty plush also, and I really like it. This gorgeous table is glass, and you can see straight through it. What a concept. I just really didn't want to miss out on seeing that specific chunk of carpet, so I'm really grateful for that. And then we have a little nightstand right here, very nice. Now this boudoir desk is almost exactly like the Carnival one, so I'm not ecstatic about it. I'm not jumping up for joy over my boudoir, but it gets the job done. This chair looks great. A little dusty and musty and crusty, but great. Ooh, that's a stain. And then we have a lot more drawers. We have a little fridge. Even the fridge is wooden. Are you kidding me? Come on, Pinocchio, did he make all this? I wanna be a real boy. No, you're gonna be a fridge, Pinocchio, but it looks nice. Let me put some of my waters in there. These are huge bottles. I expected much smaller ones. It's fine. I love being a hydrated queen. Here we have a pretty small Samsung TV, but it's not too small. Like, it still looks nice. And of course it sings, oh. Wait, where'd they come from? There's more? I'm confused. Did they duplicate? I didn't notice those until now. Oh my gosh, I really am the villain of the ocean. Now this bed looks great. I really like the shape of it because, you know, it kind of goes out. Like it has sort of a circular lip just hanging off, and it looks very comfy. I did already destroy it. I'm so sorry, but I am very happy with how big it is, and the pillows look very plush. And this painting, guys, we have a coral reef. We have a sea anemone. Nemo could not pronounce that. Guess what? I can. And this is an interesting little light. It looks very kind of like raw, you know, like it looks like it just came out of Thomas Edison's lab. Last but not least, we have the bathroom. Let's hope it's a good one, girlies. Oh, okay. Okay, so we have some horror movie lighting here. That's fine. It is wet, so it's either freshly used or freshly cleaned. I'm betting it's cleaned, you know. So it is a dainty little shower, but I'm just grateful that it fully closes, because when I went on Carnival, the shower was literally part of the floor, and it just had like a curtain, and all the water would leak all over the floor every time I showered. It was a hectic situation type deal type moment, and I don't want to go through that again, so I'm grateful we have a nice plastic container here. It's made out of recycled Evian bottles. We have the toilet right here. Okay, looks very clean. Let's test out the flush, because cruise flushes can be kind of scary sometimes. Oh!
It tried to suck me up down there.
Look at this gorgeous mirror. We have a mirror here, a mirror there, a mirror everywhere. This is a gorgeous sink right here. We have some cups with the royal symbol on them. Love that. And the soap is salt and breeze flavored. I love the smell of breeze. For a breeze. Anyways, that was the full room tour, girlies. Is the decor a bit old-fashioned? Yes, but everything looks really clean, really pristine, and it's a big room. I have a patio. The bed is huge. Like, I am very happy right now, so I'm just hoping that the rest of the cruise is amazing and we have the best 3 days of our lives.
We are actually gonna start exploring the cruise tomorrow, but I wanted to give you guys a quick tour of the main deck just to feel the vacay vibes, right? So there's different pools and there's different decks and there's different places to sit, and it's just super nice. It was a very cool vibe. There was also a mosaic of a tiger, and there was another tiger behind him, and she looked real shocked. She was like, oh. I woke up really early today, so I almost fell asleep on the bed, but the movement of the ship woke me up. We're moving. I love the feeling of a ship moving, especially with some Dramamine. Wow, did you hear that? Goodbye, Miami. Goodbye, 305. Goodbye, Arroz con Pollo. En plan, look at us on our patio.
Okay, girlies, so I have a couple updates. I looked at my receipt for this cruise, and it turns out I chose the balcony. I just didn't know it. See, subconsciously, I was like, Timmy, treat yourself. You want that balcony. This particular room is called the Ocean View Balcony. I just thought it was Ocean View with the window. Silly old me, but I'm glad I made that mistake because I love my massive balcony. Also, it's almost time for dinner, so I do have my Tarjay pants on.
I'm insecure about them.
Yesterday, I felt so confident in them. I was looking at myself in the mirror. I was like, you look incredible. You look like a GQ model, but bald. But now, I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't know. Can you see me? Can you see me? I just don't know if this shirt goes with them, you know? At least I can bend. Also, I haven't worn this belt in a while, and it's a little too big now. It doesn't look right. There's a flap. Also, I am wearing Skechers. I mean, they match my shirt and they have supported me. Literally, for so long, I can't leave them behind. So they better accept me in my Skechers. We are going to some place called Grille.
Okay, it's not named Grille. It's actually named Grille. So I was confused where the A went. Ooh, Canadians, love you guys. Anyways, all the restaurants are sort of put together in this lobby type of area. Here it is. It was nicer than I expected, to be honest. A lot of like cherry wood walls, which I love cherry wood. It's my favorite wood. And this view of the ocean. Who would have thought I would have an ocean view on a cruise? This is the main menu. Pause if you'd like.
You know what's better than this view? This lighting. It's incredible. Am I glowing? Listen, I'm feeling extra insecure about my outfit now because while I was standing waiting for the restaurant to open, this random girl came up to me and was like, excuse me? I thought she was gonna say, I've seen your videos, you're amazing, you eat so much food. But instead she was like, do you work here? That was a reality check right there, girlies. I got brought right back down to earth like an asteroid. And I was like, no. And then she was like, oh, well, do you know where this is? And I was like, no. It must be the outfit. It must look like a uniform, girlies. I chose wrong. I'm very upset. Okay, so basically, oh, yo, of course. You can come in and out. You're not worried at all. Oh, wow, so nice. Thank you. Girlies, I got bread. I got bread that looks like a garlic. Edward, back off. I already did that this video. I can't do it twice in a video. It's not allowed in my brain. Let's talk about what I got. Grille basically is like a flat fee, and then like you can pick an appetizer, an entree, a side, and a dessert. I was like, can I get 2 appetizers? And he said yes, so I guess that's allowed too. So I got the lobster bisque, because you guys know I've never had lobster bisque, and I'm trying new things. I'm in my experimental era, and I tried lobster recently. It tasted like a string cheese, but with less string, plus a Caesar salad, because I wanted something light, refreshing, something to make me feel dainty. And then for my entree, I got a filet. Oh, thank you so much. And I also got tater tots. Now, I know what you're thinking. Timmy, you got tater tots at this classy establishment? They're not just tater tots. They're high-end tater tots. They have Grille in them, which is the cheese that Starbucks uses. High class. Hello. Grille. And it also has creme fraiche. That's an elegant tater. So we have the garlic bread. And we also have this pretzel bread that looks like a yam. What's up with the vegetable bread? And then we have this gorgeous, perfectly flattened blob of butter. That's very satisfying to look at. Okay, first up we have the yam bread. Thank you so much. That looks amazing. That was the most pretzel-y pretzel bread I've ever had. That doesn't taste like pretzel bread. It tastes like a full-on pretzel you would get like at Disney World. It is a little bit dry, but the flavor's on point. And the fact that it's not even twisted yet, it tastes totally twisted, is really commendable. So let's try the garlic bread. I'm just gonna dip the tip of the garlic right into the butter. I'm not joking, it tastes like garlic. It's on purpose. I thought it was just a coincidence, like, ooh, let's just make little pointy breads and maybe someone will think it's garlic. No, you know what? It tastes like onion. It tastes like an onion bagel. Almost like an everything bagel without everything else. And the butter is really salty, really creamy. I love the bread. I'm gonna give them an 8 out of 10. Now it's time for the Caesar salad. By the way, there's people in shorts in this establishment. So I dressed up for nothing. I went to Target for nothing. I guess that the dress code isn't strictly enforced, which is good. I mean, I live in shorts. I'm not judging anybody, but I'm just jealous, you know? I want my legs to be able to breathe. My leg hair is all stuck to me. Ew. Okay, come on, Caesar. Je m'appelle. That is incredible. You girlies know I eat a lot of Caesar salads, and this is a good one. The lettuce is crisper than your typical lettuce. Now, the dressing is the most lemony Caesar dressing I've had. It's so citrusy, but it still has that rich, yolky flavor that's in like an authentic Caesar dressing, you know? And very opulent. And the croutons are like fresh croutons, but a lot of times fresh croutons can be too firm and too crunchy. These are very light and very easy to chew. If I was the anchovy living in this Caesar dressing, I would say this is better than the ocean was. I'm glad someone caught me and put me in this dressing. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10.
Here's my lobster bisque. What do we think? I feel like the color palette is giving popped pimple.
It smells fishier than I expected because the lobster that I had wasn't fishy, but I guess that when you put it in a soup, it's like, girl, I'm going full fish. It also smells like a corn chowder type of vibe, so that's cute. Oh, there's lobster chunks. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm scared. Oh, it's okay. Oh, okay. You know, I don't hate it. For my first lobster bisque, I think it's unique. It's definitely really proud to be a lobster. It's just quite potent, but it's not bad. It reminds me of a shrimp flavored ramen. It has that same slight fishiness, but just stronger and creamier. So if you put cream into that, and then you just put a couple more drops of fish in there. I don't know why people pay so much for lobster when they could just go to Publix and get a pack of string cheeses for way less money. Just put some red food coloring on it and call it a day. It has a very silky, creamy texture minus the chunks, right? I don't think I'm a lobster bisque fan, girlies. I'm gonna have to give it a 5 out of 10. I think that's fair because I really don't have anything to compare it to, right?
I had an amazing view of some floating whale caca. So this is my main entree, my filet with peppercorn sauce on the side, kind of splattered there, and my fancy tater tots.
One of my biggest fears in life is disappointing you guys. I just want to chew at my full potential and I want you to see that and recognize that. But I think this is going to upset you a little bit. I got my steak medium. Well, I'm sorry. Over the past couple months, I've been getting it medium, but I truly feel like every time I get it medium, it's too pink. Like, it's like rare. It's like still grazing the grass. It doesn't even know it's a burger yet. It's confused. Did I say burger? I meant steak. See, even I'm confused. I just want it a little bit more brown on the edges. Okay, see, this is more, this is more like well done. This is almost cold. With the sauce. Okay, so for being such a cooked steak, the flavor is actually quite fantastic. I feel like it hasn't lost any flavor. It is meaty without tasting greasy. The crust on the outside is so full of seasonings and garlickiness, and it has like a buttery richness on the outside, which I'm loving. It tastes like they basted it. It's like when they take that big squirty thingy and they shove it up the turkey, but less invasive. Also, the peppercorn sauce tastes like KFC gravy with black pepper and some wine. And it's like the best combination ever. That's incredible sauce. My only complaint is the texture. Now, it is tough. I'm not sure if it's tough because of the amount that it's cooked or if it's tough because there seems to be some like fat blobs going through it, which I'm not used to with a filet, but it's not a deal breaker. Like the flavor is still very, very good. I'm giving the steak a 7 out of 10. Now it's time for the Grille tater tots with creme fraiche. Creme fraiche is basically sour cream, but like much more elegant. It's like Daisy if Daisy married a billionaire. I'm just gonna kind of break it open. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh. It's so good. Like the steak is perfectly seasoned. I love it. Thank you. It looks more like fried mashed potatoes. Oh, it smells nice. It smells sweet.
Those are incredible. So a lot of you know that I'm half Cuban, and as a half Cuban, I've had a paparena. It's basically a fried mashed potato ball with meat on the inside. It's like breaded, it's crispy, delicious. This is giving that. Now it doesn't have meat in it, but it is very cheesy. Almost as cheesy as the string cheese bisque I just had. They are such a strong, sharp Gruyere flavor, but the creme fraiche adds this sweet, creamy, refreshing aspect, so it's not heavy whatsoever. And then the outside is really crispy, and it tastes like the breading on fried mac and cheese balls, like the Cheesecake Factory ones. These are incredible. 10 out of 10. I'm loving this restaurant. So this is the dessert menu, and this is what I chose. A red velvet cake with a dried up chocolate smear underneath, and a chocolate cake with vanilla ice cream. Girlies, he let me get 2 desserts.
Luxury,
Which one first? I guess the red velvet. Ooh. Every time I get red velvet, I expect an insane flavor, and it never really tastes like anything. It does have an amazing texture. The cake almost feels like it's been soaked in something, almost like a rum cake texture. Love that. And the cake itself isn't bad. It's just a little flavorless. Like, it is rich. Like, it's very sweet, but there's not a lot else going on. It's just like a sweet cake. And then the frosting, I think, is the deal breaker for me, girlies. First of all, I think it's so strange that we eat butter and sugar mixed together. Do you know what I mean? Like, someone churned this butter on the wing of a plane, and then they added sugar. And to me, most frostings taste too sweet and too icky. And this is one of those icky sweet frostings. Just like the cake, it doesn't really have a strong flavor. It's just mostly sugar. So I'm gonna have to give it a 4 out of 10. I'm sorry. Now let's try this chocolate cake. This looks great. That was the epitome of trashiness. Why did I do that in this place? This tastes like a fresh boxed brownie, and I love that. It is just truly not giving cake at all. It's giving ooey gooey brownie fresh from the oven. It even has crispy edges like a brownie. So yeah, there's not much more to say. At least it's better than the red velvet cake. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. It's enjoyable, just nothing special. But girlies, this was a great first dinner. My napkin keeps falling, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the meals. Tomorrow morning, we're having room service breakfast on the patio. Oh, the sun is still up. It's past 7. This is so weird. Daylight savings time, more like daylight what? Oh, I'm confused. It is time to test out the shower. These doors close like that. That's interesting. It's like you're inside of a book, a very wet book. So there's, oh, wow. The pressure. What is that line? Has Spider-Man been here? What is that? This feels very warm. Perfect pressure. I'm ready to party. Girlies, I gotta say, first of all, you like my new shirt? I didn't go to the Eras tour because I wasn't a Swiftie during it. I became a Swiftie right after it. But I bought this on Taylor's site. Anyways, the shower was great. Was it anything special? No, but it's surprisingly spacious in there. I did not really feel cramped, and the water pressure was great. The heat was great. I don't have any complaints. So now that I'm under the blankets, I'm realizing that this bed is really hard. It's harder than the Hard Rock Cafe. I think it's the stiffest cruise bed I've ever laid on, so I'm hoping that I'm able to sleep well. Hopefully the sounds of the ocean will just knock me out. Good morning, girlies. I look terrible, but guess what? My sleep wasn't. My sleep was actually quite good. I guess that my body likes sleeping on a rock. So I'm gonna order some room service. I checked out the menu, and it's really basic stuff, but it's a nice size menu. They have like eggs, bacon, pancakes, hash browns. So we're gonna get a little Denny's moment and feast. Ooh, and then we're going to Cococay. Where is Cococay? Is it part of the Bahamas, or is it part of like Coconut Land? Coconutopia. I guess we'll find out. This is what my room service looks like. It is plastic, but it still has that room service vibe. Girlies, what do you think of my OOTD? Now, I don't have a shirt with coconuts on it, but I do have like some sea creatures, and I think that's flotsam and jetsam right there. I'm not sure what that is. Is that an eel? You know, it's like a leaf with a blob. I don't know. It could be anything. A lot of the ocean is unexplored. Maybe we haven't found this yet. I need to get emotional and deep for a second, okay? I just want to say I'm so grateful that you guys even watch me, because if you weren't watching me, I would not be on this balcony right now. Do you know what I mean? So I owe you literally everything, but these pancakes owe my stomach some flavor. So let's get into them. Okay, so I think I got pancakes, a donut, a ham and cheese omelet, chicken sausage, and hash browns. Oh, ooh, very nice. Oh yes, I got blueberries in the pancakes. I think they're underneath. Now this is probably the omelet. Yes, that looks so fresh and ooey gooey. Oh my goodness. And the hash browns are delectable looking. Wait, double the sausage. Why'd they give me double the sausage? I know what you're thinking. Timmy, you know why they gave you double the sausage. It's such a funny joke. It's not. I'm just kidding. I love being a stereotype, to be honest. And then we also have some ketchup and some syrup and some salt and pepper. Now this must be the donut. Oh, they give me two. You know what could fit right in there? The sausages. It all makes sense now. So let's just try the donut first, okay? It looks like a simple cake donut with a simple vanilla glaze. Oh. That tastes like, oh my God, it's stuck. I didn't bring water. That tastes, that tastes like a 7-Eleven like packaged donut, like with the powdered sugar on it, meets an old-fashioned donut from Dunkin'. It's like the perfect balance between those two. And it has that almost slightly, very light cinnamon flavor in there. And the sweetness is also baked into it. This glaze on top adds extra sweetness and just a bit of jus d'odio, you know, it just adds a little bit of something special. Fantastic. I'm giving those a 10 out of 10. Okay, so next up, let's try a chicken sausage. Oh my God, this scared me. There's a massive cruise just pulling up next to us. Hey girl. That's the wonder of the seas. That's cute, but I don't think they're that independent. I think they need a man. I don't need a man. But I bet they spend a lot of their time wondering, right? So that's fun. Should I wave? Hi. Are they gonna wave back? Someone wave back to me. Ahoy! Chips ahoy! No one? I love this chicken sausage. You guys know sometimes pork sausages can kind of disgust me a little bit because they can have a texture of cartilage, ear, nose. They have the vibe of an ENT. But this has that perfect kind of ground chicken texture to it, but it still has all the flavor that sausage typically brings. The cruise is reflecting on me and I feel like an ant under a magnifying glass. This is very strong. What if I just burst into flames right now? I hope not, but I would go viral, so. But I wouldn't be able to post this. Anyways, it has a perfectly super strong sausage flavor without the greasiness, without the icky texture. And it is missing that iconic fennel sausage flavor, but other than that, it has all the other seasonings in there. So I love it, 10 out of 10. Okay, hash brown, come on. Ow, I bit the fork, I bit the fork. Am I okay? Is there an orthodontist on board? My tooth still really hurts, my goodness. Wow, that is an incredible hash brown. The outside is totally crispified without being greasy, and the inside has that classic hash brown texture with, honestly, a little bit of extra creaminess. I don't know if they mix like a little bit of cream cheese with the potatoes or what, but something feels elevated. Something feels like it's about to lift off, you know? That's incredible. Another 10 out of 10. Let's try the ham and cheese omelet, which is gooping cheese out of it. Wow. This is the best cruise room service I've ever had. Typically, cruise room service is extremely basic, but this genuinely tastes like a high quality, really good breakfast. This omelet is great. The ham is perfectly hammy. It's not too hammy, but it still has enough hammy flavor to carry the omelet to Flavor Town on its back. It's like, oh my gosh, eggs are so heavy and expensive. And then the cheese is like a full, real, salty, freshly shredded cheddar. I can tell it's freshly shredded because it melts it in a really nice way. And that's a sign. Now the eggs, while they do feel real, they could have more of a buttery, salty flavor. They're a little empty tasting, but other than that, fantastic omelet. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. Last but not least, girlies, we have the blueberry pancakes. Let's get my syrup right here. Come on, schmuckers. Okay, there's only a few blueberries in here, but they look really nice. Listen,
Oh, very nice. So these do taste freshly grilled, but I have to say, you know how like the pancake mixes have a different flavor than real pancakes? There's more of a baking soda flavor to them, a bit more of a floury flavor. That's what this has. So they don't taste gourmet and they do taste a bit processed, but they still have that fresh crispness on the edges. And that's what matters. That's fierce. Tyra says, smize with your eyes, model from H2T, head to toe. What am I talking about? What does that have to do with any of this? Anyways, the pancakes are a nice 7 out of 10. I'm so pleased with this breakfast. It really is up to my standards. I'm gonna tell all the people of Genovia and Narnia, Royal Caribbean's room service breakfast is up to par. And Mr. Tumnus is gonna say, do they have tea? Do they have a flute that can flute? No, Mr. Tumnus, go back to jail. And then Aslan's gonna say, because he's a lion and he should not be able to talk. Call me Madame Horrible.
It is time to explore the island Cococay. So I got off the ship and immediately I saw these giant sea vessels surrounding me. You don't realize how huge these cruises are until you're smushed in between them. They're making a Timmy's Takeout sandwich. Oh, it's the most delicious one of the deli. So I was finally able to get some pretty shots of the outside of the ship. As you can see, there's Independence and there is Wonder. Sisters, but one is prettier. Now this is Cococay. Girlies, I was not expecting to see such a monstrous water slide the moment I walked off the ship. It's truly huge. As you can see, there's a perfect day sign and the ocean looked gorgeous. There's also a Cococay sign. So on one side we have perfect day, other side Cococay. They come together and they create a very cheesy phrase. I love it. So that's the slide up close. And as you can see, it's part of a water park called Thrill Water Park. Now you do have to pay extra to go in. Therefore, I was not allowed entry. They do have little shuttles that take you to the different parts of the island, just like the Disney islands do as well, which is super nice. And there's a zip line. Now I'm not doing a zip line, girlies. I don't trust that tiny little piece of thread to hold me up. I'm a very juicy being and I don't think it can handle all of this. Now this is Captain Jack's. I think Disney might have a problem with this name. It sounds like a character they own, but leave it up to the CEOs. It's basically a big bar, but they also have this little chicken wing and fry place that actually costed extra money. I was very surprised. I mean, it's fries and wings. Girl, these people paid over $1,000 and you're not gonna give them a wing for free? I guess they're just gonna have to drink some Red Bulls. Whoa. So as you can see, this is one of the beaches. This is like the man-made beach, I feel, where it's very chill. There's a random fountain in there so that you can feel like a duck floating on a man-made pond, you know? This is Skipper's Grill. It's one of the many restaurants. Now this one is free and it's a buffet style. They have tacos, all that stuff, but it wasn't opened at this point yet. But I will be eating very soon, stay tuned. And this is Oasis Lagoon. I think it's a big pool with like tons of sand. Love that. This is the Chill Grill, which apparently is like the same thing as the other one, the Skipper's whatever. It's basically just another seating option. So this is another beach area, but it's like a real beach, an authentic beach, a beach that's not processed, like a pack of bologna. And they have some cute shops. You can get some cute islandy dresses, right? And they also have a bar, the Wacky Seagull. Oh, he's so wacky and quirky. And this is the beach itself. As you can see, there's rocks. Like that's so cool. It just gives it more of like a cinematic feel. You can also rent masks and fins and different things. Now this is my best shot of the cruise ship yet. That's stunning. Look at the steam coming out of her. She knows she's on camera. She's serving. I really wanted to reenact part of your world on these rocks, but I didn't want to be reprimanded and told,
Get off the rocks! It's not safe!
So I thought to myself, better not, right? Here's a map of the whole island if you want to pause and look through it if you're nosy. And this is the Disney Springs balloon, up, up, and away. I'm pretty sure you have to pay extra, but if you want to do it, you can do it. You can float. Now this is the hidden beach, girly. So basically you have to take this little walking path through the forest. I felt like Snow White getting attacked, getting my bow ripped off. Once the trees stopped pulling my hair, I arrived to this very peaceful beach. I think this is the Hideaway Beach. I'm not sure though, but basically they have a sports area. They have a lot of umbrellas and trees. And they also have a little eating area, the snack shack. It seems to be free of charge. They have things like burgers and hot dogs and all that stuff. But I didn't want to eat there, girlies. I went back to the buffet, Skipper's Grill. And this is everything they had. They had brownies, cookies, sandwiches, Cuban sandwiches. Oh, my people. Also some burger toppings and some barbecue chicken, some corn on the cob, fries, hot dogs, burgers. They were grilling the burgers fresh. That's impressive. And also some Mexican rice, Mexican beans, taco meats. You can just build your own tacos. So that's fun. And some different salads as well. So for my first round, I got a Cuban sandwich, some barbecue chicken, a Philly cheesesteak sandwich, corn on the cob, and then potato salad and a brownie.
My goodness, that frog wouldn't jump out. I have to say, this island isn't just incredible. They have a huge buffet. I've been to Disney's newest island, the one with the super long pier, something Key, Alicia Key. I really liked it, but everything did feel very far apart. Like there was just a lot of emptiness and the buffet did not have this many options. So I'm really impressed right now. Okay, let's first try something really light. The corn, which is charred and singed. It's not that juicy and it's not that sweet. You're not very pretty and you're not very bright. I've always thought most corn on the cob tastes good, right? This is the driest corn I've ever had. It's almost like they went to Ohio and they said, give me your corn that has been in the crop circle for the past year. Make sure the aliens drained it real good. Truly, there's no juice in this. None. And it's not sweet whatsoever. There is a charred flavor, but it isn't doing much to help. This is just really disappointing for me. And it's corn. How do you mess that up? I guess that's why it's not called royal corn. Exactly. You get it. You get me. I love that we get each other. Next up, potato salad. Is that a green onion or a jalapeno? I think it's a Grinch onion, guys. Why is it so big? That is fantastic potato salad. Okay, guys, the tides are changing. The sea is coming in. The potatoes are perfectly cooked. There's the perfect amount of... I think a group of bros were laughing at me. No one intimidates me more than a group of bros. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so it has a very nice mayonnaise flavor without being eggy. There's a perfect amount of mustard flavor. It might be like a Dijon, it's a little bit sweet. And then the big green onions. Added such a nice crunch and such a oniony flavor. Usually people add like pickles or gherkins to their potato salads, but they said, no, we're not doing that. Give me the giant onion. I'm giving that potato salad a 10 out of 10. It's perfection. Now it's time for this Philly cheesesteak sandwich situation type deal. Oh my goodness, what a vision. That's really good. It's simple, but the beef is high quality. It's not gooey or chewy. It's very tender. It's a little salty, and it just has a nice kind of Philly cheesesteak flavor. The bread is kind of crusty on the outside, but soft on the inside. The peppers taste great. The cheese is nice and salty. I do wish it was a cheese sauce instead of actual cheese because I think it just needs a little bit of moisture. But other than that, that's fantastic. I have to visit Philly, guys. I gotta go. I'm gonna give that a nice 8 out of 10. Let's try the barbecue chicken now. It just falls apart. That's a nice thigh. Just as I suspected, they were laughing at me. It's fine. People mature as they get older. They probably won't. That was them again. So they're just circling around me like sharks. I guess they're really feeling the ocean theme. If only they knew I was a world-renowned taste test comedian with a PhD in sustenance, they probably wouldn't treat me this way. Anyways, I haven't even critiqued the barbecue chicken yet because these annoying people are coming back around again. So the barbecue chicken is fine. I think it's really simple, classic barbecue chicken. It's really tender and it just tastes like they took some decent barbecue sauce and put it on chicken. I'm sorry, guys. I feel distracted. I'm trying to focus. Anyways, it's good. I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. It's strong. Okay, Cuban sandwich. So a lot of you guys know I'm having Cuban. And I've had a lot of Cuban sandwiches. Actually, even when I was in the womb, I think that my mother probably ate multiple Cuban sandwiches. So I think my biology is Swiss cheese, pickles, mustard, pork, and ham. I think that's literally the different layers of my skin. And it seems to have all the correct elements. So let's try it. The Cuban bread is overly cooked. It is crusty all the way through. There's no fluffiness left. And that is just not a satisfying texture to bite into. It almost feels like they toasted already stale bread. Like that's the vibe. But the fillings aren't bad. I think the pork is good quality. It just doesn't have a lot of porky flavor. And the pickles, mustard, and cheese all taste really good. But something's missing. And I think it's the authenticity. If I made this sandwich, it would taste next level because you'd be able to taste my heritage. So I'm gonna give that a 4 out of 10. It could be a lot better. Now we have this brownie. It has caramel dripped on it, so that's fun. That's different. Are they trying to make it into a turtle? Oh wow, that's dense. That's good, you know? Just like last night's dessert, it tastes like a boxed brownie, but a good one. Very thick, very dense, nicely sweet. And the caramel drizzle, really, you can't taste it because the brownie just kind of takes over. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. Very nice. So some of this food was a hit, some of it was a miss, but overall, not bad for a buffet.
I, of course, had to try the Mexican food, so I got the beans, the rice, the pork, the chicken, and the steak.
So I came back to my same table because I like this table. I picked it because it's in an emptier area. It has good lighting, and I will not be chased away by rude people. It's not gonna happen. And they just left too, so. I was like, girl, it's safe now. Let's keep chowing down. I know everyone's saying, Timmy, we don't want to hear you talk. We want to hear the chewing noises. Okay, ASMR queen. You want the chills? I'll give you the chills. Oh.
There.
This pork is pretty good. That's definitely the same pork that's in the Cuban sandwich, but the flavor really comes through a lot more when it's by itself. Also, I'm eating the meats by themselves because I'm already kind of full and I didn't want to just like waste a bunch of like tortillas when I'm not going to eat them. Do you know what I mean? It isn't the best pork ever, but it's good quality and it has a light limey onion flavor. So I'm impressed. I'm gonna give that pork an 8 out of 10. Now the chicken. I can see that all the effort was put into the pork. It's just overcooked, it's tough, and there's a slight tomatoey, oniony flavor, but that's it. And I think that in a taco, it would just get lost. It would say, where am I? Why is there lettuce falling on me? I'm gonna give that a 4 out of 10. Now steak. That steak is horrendous. I've had better steak at Taco Bell. Taco Bell. This doesn't even taste like steak. It tastes like mystery meat with zero flavor, zero charredness, and it's extremely tough. I would never recommend that in my life. And I still got a good 70 years left. I'm 30. I'm gonna give that steak a 1 out of 10. Vile. That was so harsh. I kind of like being wicked. Cynthia's rubbing off on me. Oh my God. Let's try this Mexican rice. That doesn't just taste like a pouch of rice that you pop in the microwave for 90 seconds. That tastes like the pouch itself. It tastes so extremely processed. There's like a fake red pepper flavor, a fake tomato flavor. Everything tastes fake, and it doesn't even resemble Mexican rice. It actually tastes more like gumbo or something. So maybe this really is Zatarain's. I'm giving that a 1 out of 10. Now the beans. I'm so mad. Those just taste like beans that have been boiled in water and nothing else. There's no flavor at all. And they also are a little hard still, which is just not appealing, especially because when they give me gas, the gas is gonna be even crunchier. This is gonna give me the sharpest fart in all the land. I'm gonna give that a 2 out of 10. So I have to say the buffet was probably 50% hits, 50% misses.
We are back on the ship and it's time to explore it, actually. So we are gonna explore half of it today and half of it tomorrow. I love spreading these things out. It just makes it more of an adventure. Okay, so it's 15 floors, but the top floor is an escape room. I've never done an escape room. I'm not being trapped anywhere on purpose. Am I crazy? Are you? So I'm gonna skip that floor. Let's just start at the 14th and go down to the 7th. Cruise elevators literally take forever. It's like a thing. I'm not joking. So I typically take the stairs to get my steps into, but I wanna show you guys the elevator. So that was actually pretty quick. Look at that. This is the elevator. Oh, let me in. It says Saturday. It is Saturday today. What? Do they switch the carpet out every day?
What?
Is it Stanley Steamer doing this? Oh, this is gorgeous. This place, the vibe, it just made me wanna dance. It made me wanna shake. So this is the 14th floor, obviously. I think it's like a ballroom type situation. They have a stage, a bar. It's like a little nightclub vibe, right? For the classy ladies to go out and say, ooh, can I have a dirty martini, extra dirty? So I went down to the 13th floor and I saw this picture. It looks like an x-ray of a flower. I didn't know flowers could get x-rays. We should ask Meredith if that's true. So the 13th floor has a sports court. It's a very sporty floor, right? And the walls look like an old Taco Bell cup. I love that nostalgia. There is a tennis court, as you can see, and there's a lot of slides and this big structure. It looks like a big piece of Swiss cheese kind of folded into a circle. They also have a rock wall if you're into that. Good for you. And then we have this art piece here. It's some modern art. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but sometimes art isn't that obvious, you know? And here's a gorgeous shot of the island. So pretty, right?
Listen, if you're an active person that likes to do active things, these amenities are for you.
They have one of those wave thingies you can surf on, so that was cool. Now this broke my heart. The ship next to us had a massive statue that is a tribute to the anglerfish that floated up to the surface to see the sun for the first time and get some vitamin D. I guess he didn't realize that the sun would instantly probably give him diarrhea and he wouldn't make it. So the 12th floor has a few things as well. They have a whole arcade. It's like a whole Chuck E. Cheese up in here, girlies. And they had this dolphin that was really lacking some eyeliner. And the eye looked a bit too real. I didn't like it. They also have a running track. You guys know I love running in my spare time, so I had to test my Skechers out. They also randomly have a Johnny Rockets, which is very interesting to me. I didn't know Johnny Rockets still existed, to be honest. I thought he took a rocket to the moon because I haven't seen Johnny in a while, but apparently he's still around, so good for him. There's the menu if you're interested. This floor also has some cabanas, some big white balloons, and something called Independence Dunes, which turned out to be a mini putt-putt golf course. Wait, is it mini golf or is it mini putt-putt? I think it's both, either, right? And now this is the 11th floor. As you can see, they have a fitness center. Now this fitness center is the nicest one I have ever seen on any cruise. It's huge. They have tons of machines and they have this glowing crystal staircase. I had to walk up it. It turns out there's a hair and beauty salon up there. Now this is Fish and Chips. Sorry, I meant fish and chips. Basically, it is a free fish and chips place, but you can also get chicken fingers and fried shrimp and a crispy fish sandwich. And there's also a soft serve place, which is all you can eat. The guy was super nice, by the way. And now this is deck 10. Let's see, what's on deck 10? Nothing. Literally just rooms. Same for 9 and same for 8. When I got back to my room, I saw this gorgeous little pillow-themed animal. I think it's a camel because the nose really looks like a toe. Anyways, fast forward, it's time for dinner. So these are the dinner options at the buffet. I think the menu changes all the time, but this was Caribbean night. So they have things like jerk chicken, Jamaican patties, Jamaican desserts, blueberry cobbler, some couscous, some pasta, and this big blob of roasted meat that was being carved. Gorgeous. They also had jerk chicken wraps and jerk pork wraps, and I was trying to film, guys, but there were so many people, so I did the best I could. Stewed meats with rice and some kung pao chicken and tons of desserts, of course. How scrumdiddlyumptious. So nice. So I got for my first course some mashed potatoes and gravy, jerk chicken, rice and beans cooked together, a Jamaican beef patty, a jerk chicken wrap, and some kung pao chicken.
So I don't know what's up with the lighting in this section. Everything looks kind of blue. It's giving the first Twilight with that blue filter. Don't make me do it, girlies. I've already done it in this video. I think multiple times, right? But I can't help myself. You're sort of beautiful. Oh, that was a good breath. Wow. Edward, stop. Edward, Jacob. So I was impressed by the array of dinner options they have here. The spread. There are just so many items to pick. They were all like, pick me, pick me. And then I came across one item and it was like, but Derek. And I was like, I'm not Derek. And it was like, I love you. And I hate that I love you. But Derek, pick me, choose me, love me. And I chose it. It was the mashed potatoes and gravy. Anyways, let me stop talking. Let's eat. Let's first try the mashed potatoes and gravy. Come on, Meredith. Oh, girl, chill. You know the mashed potatoes in the refrigerated area of the store, not the frozen area, like next to the lunch meats and the bacon and the hot dogs. There's some mashed potatoes there by Bob Evans. That's what these taste like. They taste processed but not powdered, edible but not fresh, cute but not pretty.
That's what people say about me. And I know it's a lie, don't worry. I feel like the factory left some little lumps of potatoes in there just to make you feel like they're fresh, but we know better. They're sort of buttery, they're sort of sour creamy, they have enough salt, but there's an aftertaste of chemical. And the gravy to me tastes more like mushrooms than beef. And you guys know fungi doesn't sit right with me. I'm anti-fungal, like a foot cream. So I'm gonna give those a 3 out of 10. Next up, let's try the jerk chicken. I love jerk chicken so much. And this looks really singed. You didn't see that. You imagined it. You're seeing things. That is almost fantastic. The chicken is so tender that it reminds me of like a braised meat. It just really falls apart instantly, like a Jenga tower. And the jerk flavor is absolute perfection. There's that strong cinnamon vibe. There's a little bit of spice. It's salty. There's a strong cumin flavor also, but it doesn't have enough of it. I'm a girl that loves flavor. I'm a girl that appreciates herbs and spices. I just want more of everything. It's like almost flavorful enough, but it's not quite there. So I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. Okay, next up, this rice and bean moment. It just said rice and beans. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be like Cuban rice and beans, Jamaican rice and beans, but it's like a Jamaican themed night, so I'm assuming Jamaican rice and beans. See? Royal, you don't have to use Zatarans. I'm so proud. But the fact that they knew better and they still used it probably, allegedly, let me just say that, it's just my suspicion, makes it all the more upsetting. This tastes fresh. This tastes like con Grille, which is a Cuban dish. So it's half of my dish where you cook rice and beans together with tons of spices and green peppers. It's delicious. This tastes a lot like that, but just with a hint of cinnamon. It gives it a little twist. The rice is fluffy, the beans are tender. That's great. I'm giving it a very strong 8 out of 10. Now, Kung Pao chicken. I should not have taken such a big bite. It looks really good, but looks can be deceiving. That's why we must never judge a book by its cover, and also never judge a cover by its book, because sometimes the cover's really pretty and the book sucks. You know? So it goes both ways. The breading doesn't remind me of breading, it reminds me of slime, like from Nickelodeon. It's very goopy and just soft and almost like stretchy. It's weird. And then the chicken within is very chewy, and the sauce doesn't have a soy sauce flavor, a chili flavor, nothing like that. It tastes like a chicken piccata or something like made with a white wine and like lemon. This has nothing to do with Kung Pao chicken. I'm shook. I'm giving that a 1 out of 10.
Vile, vile.
Next up, let's try the Jamaican beef patty. I love Jamaican beef patty so much. That's good, you know. I appreciate that the inside of it is not like a paste. Sometimes when you get like the frozen Jamaican beef patties, the inside is like almost like liquid meat. It's like meat that's been melted. Can you even melt meat? Apparently you can. But this beef patty's texture is much more real. You can see the grains of ground beef, you know, the minced meat, as the British say. And the crust is very flaky and has a great texture too. Overall though, the flavor is lacking. I think that the crust doesn't taste crusty enough. It's just kind of flavorless and it's missing a sweetness. And then the meat does taste good. It does have a Jamaican beef patty flavor, but once again, really toned down. It's almost like they're trying to appease the people that don't like flavor. Royal? How can you be called Royal Caribbean and not serve full Caribbean vibes? But it's pretty good still. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. We have this jerk chicken wrap, which is so interesting. Oh my goodness. That's not bad, but I'm gonna say the same thing over and over and over if I have to get the point across to the royal CEO. Put down the business papers, put down the lawsuits. Why does this have half the seasonings it needs? I can taste potential. I can taste that this could have been truly phenomenal, but the chicken has a very light jerk chicken flavor, a lot lighter than the jerk chicken itself, but there's a nice vinaigrette in here that is very sour and lemony, and that's really kind of bringing things to life, but it's still lacking that jerk punch. Oh my gosh, a jerk punched me. Okay. I almost hit my head. I almost actually hit my head. That would have been so embarrassing. Overall, it's lacking. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. Round 2 coming up.
I got some chicken korma with basmati rice, some grilled chicken, some vegetable couscous, a fried dumpling, some grilled pineapple, and an artichoke crepe. Oh my gosh, I almost choked saying that.
Okay, let's try this fried pineapple. Nice little healthy moment. Did I call it fried or grilled? Did I say fried? How is grilled pineapple so much better than raw pineapple? That is so refreshing. It kept all of its juiciness, as have I throughout the years. And the charred parts add such a gorgeous richness. It just kind of caramelizes the outside of the pineapple. Fantastic. I could eat a whole grilled pineapple, just grill the whole thing with the pointy things and all. I'm giving that 10 out of 10. Okay, let's try this grilled chicken. Does it look seasoned? No. Does it look like it's ever met garlic powder or onion powder? Never. But it could be marinated. We don't know. Okay, it's not bad if you don't like joy, if you don't like living life to the fullest. It's overcooked, it's dried out, and to be honest, it has no flavor besides salt, pepper, and possibly butter. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10. It could be a lot better, but it's not disgusting. Now let's try this fried dumpling. I've never had a dumpling that looks like this. It's very interesting. It's like giving me a thumbs up. Thank you. I love having a dumpling's approval. That's interesting. It kind of tastes like a fried donut, but it has more of a bready texture, and it has a very light sweetness and some cinnamon. So it's almost like a bread version of a cinnamon sugar donut. Huh? Very that. And I like it. You know, I do think it's a little greasy on the outside, but sometimes I'm greasy on my face, and people still love me, hopefully. So I'm gonna give it a nice 6 out of 10. Very cute. We have this vegetable couscous. I love couscous. I feel like it's rice's fun sister. She's the hip sister. She's the cool mom, you know? Okay, fluffy. Simple. You know, it tastes like fluffy couscous cooked in vegetable stock with some peppers. That's it. There's nothing more to say. I think it would be very nice as a base with like a meat and a sauce. So I'm gonna give it a nice 5 out of 10, yes. Okay, now this is chicken korma with some basmati rice. Ooh, it's very soft. It's falling apart. This chicken korma is gonna have some good karma because it made me happy. That is honestly fantastic. I would compare that to a sit-down Indian restaurant. I'm not joking. The chicken thighs are quite thick. Hey, pollo. And extremely tender. Once again, they taste like they've been braised, like slow cooked for hours, maybe even days. They've been slow cooking since I got on this cruise. And the sauce has this rich garam masala, tomatoey, tart flavor. I just wish it had a little more spiciness, but otherwise, that's really fantastic. That's where it's at, Mr. Royal. This is the path you need to take, so continue. Keep pushing. I'm rooting for you. Last but not least, this is a artichoke grape. So that sounds interesting. I used to think that crepe was pronounced creep, and after eating this, I think it should be pronounced creep. I really do. This tastes like super hot sour cream with artichoke hearts from the can inside of a crepe. That's all it's giving. I don't even think it's Daisy. How am I gonna have my dollop? Tell me. I love sour cream, like truly, but this is so hot that it's really grossing me out. There's not an ounce of seasonings. There's no cheese on the inside. This could have been like a spinach artichoke cheesy mixture, and they could have made it almost like a crepe quesadilla. Listen, put me in charge of planning the menu. That's just not it. And then the cheese on it top really adds nothing. It's not even salty. Like, why are you even cheese if you're not gonna be salty? Go be butter. Go be milk. Go be heavy whipping cream. I'm gonna give that a 1 out of 10. Truly disgusting. So now it's time for dessert. Round 3. For dessert, I got some Jamaican banana bread, some blueberry cobbler with vanilla sauce, some sweet potato pie, a fruit cake, and carrot cake. All of these look incredible, to be honest. I'm especially excited for the sweet potato pie because I'm a huge pumpkin pie stan, and I've barely had sweet potato pie, but it's twin sister, you know? It's the Mary Kate to its Ashley. It's the Tia to its Tamara. It's the me to Chris Hemsworth, you know? So let's try that first. It's so pretty. The presentation has like a piece of sugar glass, I think. Can it break? Shatter. Yes, okay. There we go. Get a little piece here. That was a big bite. Timmy, don't you dare choke on this cruise. It is sort of giving pumpkin pie, but like a multiversal variant. It's less creamy than a pumpkin pie. It's a bit more jello-y, but I didn't mind that. It still had all those classic flavors like cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, but it's more of a subtle experience overall, and the flavor's less loud. I really enjoyed that. I'm giving that an 8 out of 10, yes. Okay, blueberry cobbler with this vanilla sauce. Have you guys ever noticed that blueberries kind of taste like tiny little apples, like when they're raw? Have you ever had a blueberry apple? Was it raw? Right. That has nothing to do with this because these are cooked and they taste totally different. I just had to say that. This to me just tastes like canned blueberry pie filling with a few pieces of granola on top, some Quaker oats, and then this vanilla sauce tastes like watered down vanilla pudding. It's just not it. Huh?
You have a YouTube channel?
Yes. Timmy's Takeout. So it's all about food. I like taste test food. I am here like trying like all the restaurants and everything.
That's pretty
Thank you. Huh?
Camera?
And it tracks you too and everything.
Move this way, it'll move with you.
If I turn it on to that mode, basically.
I see you, man. That's pretty cool.
Awesome. Thank you guys. Oh, that was meant to happen. Those were nice bros. And that just showed me after my terrible experience today, which I'm still thinking about. There's kindness in the world, and it can even come in bro form. I'm gonna give the blueberry cobbler a 2 out of 10. Next up, let's try this banana bread. I think this is like Jamaican banana bread because it looks kind of different. I don't care if it's a different shape. I love all banana bread, so I'm probably gonna be slayed by this. That's even better. We make some basic banana bread girlies. That has a less dense texture. It's much more fluffy and cake-like. And it has way more soft, gooey banana chunks in it, which really give it some pizzazz, you know? Ooh. And there's more of a pure vanilla flavor in there, which is really coming through. It's like banana bread 2.0. Next up, carrot cake. I always feel like carrot cake's a little healthier than the other cakes because it has carrot in it, so it helps your eyesight. Let's look at the positives. I'm usually not a big frosting person. This is good frosting. This is like whipped cream frosting. It's very light, very airy, barely sweet, but the cake itself is not giving. It barely even tastes like a carrot cake. It just tastes like a nothing cake. It tastes like cake without a theme, a 4 out of 10. Last but not least, fruit cake. And I'm not gonna make a joke about it. I make too many jokes about fruit and it's probably gonna get old if I keep going. So I'm not gonna joke about you.
Thanks, sis. I'm really sensitive.
Whoa. The only fruitcake I've had is like American fruitcake with the chunks of like the candied fruits in it. It is quite
Disgusting and evil?
typically, this is very different. This tastes more like a rum cake. It has a very strong rum flavor and it's moist yet dense. There's might be the tiniest chocolate flavor, but it's mostly just pure rum and it's perfectly sweet. I like it. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Anyways, girlies, once again, I think the buffet was very hit or miss. We have not tried the breakfast buffet yet, so it might slay us.
Good morning, girlies. It's the final day, day 3. Here's my OOTD. We got my typical Tarjay shorts, and this shirt actually has a very special story. I learned how to quilt like Susan Sarandon in Stepmom. I took tons of pictures of palm trees in Miami, Orlando, basically all of Florida, and then I just quilted them together with a needle and thread. And I learned how to sew thanks to Beth from Little Women. She sent me a vision from the heavens, and I was like, get me some fabric right now. Go to Joann's. I'm just kidding. It's from Target. You're so gullible. Come on, let's go to breakfast. We are back at Windjammer. And every time I come back here, I get deja vu. I've been here so many times. So let's see the breakfast options. We have some congee. I think it's sort of like an oatmeal type thing. A lot of gorgeous donuts and pastries and baked goods, right? And some eggs Benedict Cumberpatch. A lot of different breads within these fabrics. Joanne, they also had some grits and oatmeal with a bunch of toppings. Very nice. And a lot of waffles, pancakes, French toast, all the good stuff. Some biscuits and gravy, some corned beef hash, bacon, sausage, eggs, hash browns, omelets, little fried eggs on little plates. That was so darling. Parfaits, a build your own style yogurt bar type thing. So I got some corned beef hash. Oh goodness. I also got some avocado toast, some scrambled eggs, and eggs Benedict, and a salmon bagel thingy, and a biscuit and gravy.
I'm still half asleep. See? Girl, this side is just like dreaming. And this buffet is so packed. It's more packed than it was on the first day. People really love their Royal Caribbean breakfast, right? Breakfast is the most important meal of the day, but it's not the most delicious one. Let's just be clear about that. What am I looking for? I don't even know. I was looking at my purse for some reason. Anyways, I got a lot of stuff. This is the salty round. I'm gonna get the sweet breakfast stuff right after. A lot of you guys know I recently tried smoked salmon for the first time on a train last week. I was chewing salmon on a choo-choo train, and I really liked it. So I'm trying the salmon bagel thingy with, I think, cream cheese. Let me just move this fishy flap. Oh, yeah, that's definitely cream cheese. It looks kind of dried up, though. And we have a piece of lemon with the rind. Are we gonna eat that? I guess. I feel like a giraffe. Why did I just eat the rind? I'm really tired. Oh, that's bitter. It's bitter and fresh at the same time. Let's try the salmon. Oh, so I hate everything besides the salmon. This is how far I'm coming in my fish eating journey. The fish is becoming my favorite part. The salmon is smoky, it's delicate, it's tender, but this bagel is so extremely dry, and it doesn't even have the bagel flavor. It just kind of tastes like crusty old bread. I'm not tasting the yeast. I'm not tasting that the bagel has risen. It just doesn't feel like Easter. It doesn't. And then the cream cheese is in such a thin layer, I can't taste it. So I'm just tasting good salmon with old bread. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. Next up, let's try this bacon. So the bacon was so crispy that it was in shards. Like they were just serving bacon shards. It's like if bacon was a mirror. Where'd that piece go? Brought a mess. That's exactly how I like my bacon. I like it right on the edge of being burnt. Mirror, mirror, made of bacon. Am I the prettiest pig that's ever had their picture taken? I love that. Yeah, it's perfectly crispy, perfectly salty. And honestly, it doesn't taste like cheap bacon. It's not too thin. It isn't giving Subway. I love that. 9 out of 10. Next up, let's try the scrambled eggs. They're not the worst cruise scrambled eggs I've ever had. I think Carnival took that crown. They do taste powdered, but they taste like decent powdered eggs, if there's such a thing. Honestly, I've only heard about that in myth. They have that kind of grainy powder texture, but flavor-wise, they are a little bit buttery, and they don't taste bad. They have an egg vibe. I'm gonna give them a 4 out of 10. That's a good score for powdered eggs, girlies. Okay, next up, corned beef hash. Now, corned beef hash, I feel, is meant to be crispy, at least a little bit. To me, this looks more like rare corned beef hash. Now, I've never had it rare. Maybe all the rare steak eaters are onto something. Maybe it's gonna taste so much better. Let's see. Also, it has little potatoes in it. If I had the superpower of time control, I would reverse that. I would have never eaten it. I would have never ingested that. Because now I don't know what's gonna happen to me. Future editing to me, I know you hate me. I know you're embarrassed of me. I know I never know the facts that I need to know. I know you always correct me. But I just have one thing to ask of you. The only thing I'll ever ask. Reverse it. Wow, the flavor's gone. I didn't have to eat it. But if I did eat it, I would imagine that it would have a very mushy texture. There is a green pepper flavor, which is very different for corned beef hash, but it's not enough. So I'm gonna have to give that a 1 out of 10. Next up, we have an eggs Benedict. Ooh, I don't feel like chopping things up. I'm too tired. Let's just go in. That is a strong eggs Benedict. I expected a lot worse. The egg is perfectly poached. The ham is perfectly thin. It's not chewy. And the hollandaise sauce really makes me feel like it's Christmas. But also, it has the perfect lemony burst, perfectly salty. It's very buttery. It tastes like homemade hollandaise sauce. So, oh, and I have made hollandaise sauce once. I did. I was like 15 and I was like, I'm gonna be a chef one day. I'm not joking. I actually wanted to be one because my stutter was like really bad and I thought that was the only job where you didn't have to talk a lot. That's so sad. So I wanted to be a chef because of that, and I made the sauce. I made it perfectly, actually. I was very impressed. It tasted fantastic. But look at me now. I'm vlogging in front of hundreds of people. Speech therapy works wonders, girlies, truly. I'm gonna give the eggs Benedict a very strong 8 out of 10, yes. Okay, this is some avocado toast. I think it has balsamic, feta, I think, and what looks to be guacamole. I don't like when people put guacamole on avocado toast. It should be an avocado mixture made for avocado toast. This is not a chip. It's never gonna be a chip, and bread doesn't go with guacamole. It's just the rules of guacamole. Yeah. Exactly what I suspected. It's guacamole on toast that once again tastes stale. I didn't get any feta though. Oh, that feta has no flavor. I can only taste guacamole. It tastes like holy guacamole. Shockingly, it doesn't have any holes in it. That's just not good at all. I'm gonna have to give it a 3 out of 10. Sorry. Now the biscuits and gravy, you guys know. I adore biscuits and gravy so much. Okay, that's how it looks on the inside. That's different. So the biscuit isn't giving like typical Southern biscuit. It's giving a cakey Red Lobster cheddar bay biscuit without the lobster, without the cheddar and the bay. And even though it doesn't have those exciting fun elements, it's still really delicious. I love the cakey texture. It's crispy on the outside and it just tastes like a simple buttery flaky warm baked good. You know, I love that. The gravy's different too. This is not giving your typical sausage gravy. It's giving much more of almost like sour cream and chive gravy. It kind of tastes like that. And it really works with this biscuit. So I'm not mad at this at all. It's unique. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. Yes. Okay, now it's time for the sweets.
Le Pasterie breakfast. I got some croissant. I also got a cinnamon roll, a chocolate cinnamon roll, some French toast, and this very sad looking waffle.
All the sweets are giving besides her. Why is it so pale? Let's try Beth's waffle. Oh. I'm a judgmental cow. Extraordinary. That waffle doesn't taste like a waffle. It tastes like yellow cake mix in texture and in flavor. It's very cakey, very sweet on the inside. It has a vanilla vibe. Honestly, it doesn't even need syrup. I love that. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. I'm sorry. Who knew Beth's waffle would be that good? I did not. Next up, French toast. This is a surprisingly thick piece of French toast. What's going on? How is this buffet slaying all of a sudden after all these days? That is a perfect piece of French toast. It's very thick. It has the exact French toast flavor I like. It's barely sweet. It has a little bit of a cinnamon vibe and it's crispy on the outside. The inside is not soggy, but it's custardy. And that is what I call balance. Amazing. 10 out of 10. Okay, chocolate croissant. Am I in the Twilight Zone? I think I am. Another slay. This croissant is so soft, so warm, so fresh tasting, extremely buttery, salty. And then the chocolate inside is like a dark chocolate and it's not too sweet. It goes so well with the salty croissant. Let's try this chocolate cinnamon roll. I've never had a chocolate cinnamon roll, so I was like, I have to try this. But let's get the middle piece because that's always the best part. Oh, looks dry. Okay, this plate was too good to be true. I knew it. It tastes like the most pre-packaged, processed, dry, flavorless cinnamon roll ever. I can't even taste the chocolate. I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 10. Well, we are done with our buffet meals. Overall, I'm gonna give this buffet a 4 out of 10. I think it was a little more misses than hits, but there were some bright spots in there, so.
Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. Oh my gosh, did I drop something? Oh, we are about to explore the second half of the ship. Yesterday we did decks 14 to 8. Today is 7 to the coal area where they scoop the coal. Have you seen Titanic? That's how ships work. And they do that so the coal melts the icebergs as they pass by. Obviously, it's not that effective. So this is the 7th floor. They didn't have a lot besides some chairs. So if you want to sit on the 7th floor, you're in luck. And the 6th floor didn't really have anything either besides my room. So this is the 5th floor, the main lobby. They have a giant Aladdin lamp looking thing dangling from the ceiling. Now this bridge was giving Rainbow Road. I was looking out for some banana peels and some shells just ready to dodge. But Princess Peach is scared of me, so she's not going to come for me. So in the main lobby, there's this bar loungy type of area. People were sitting and lounging as they should, because that's what it's meant for. This is the shore excursions area. If you want to snorkel, if you want to scuba, if you want to float around with some dolphins, there's that option. Now this is the Café Promenade Espresso. So it's partially based off of Sabrina Carpenter's song. They basically have espressos and a lot of little pastries. Now this is Sugar Rush. It's a candy store. I don't think it's free, but if you have a sweet tooth, this is for you. Now I did not see any walls that have flavor, you know, like in Willy Wonka. So that was disappointing. And this is the ice cream shop. I think it also costs money and it was closed. There was no ice cream in sight. It must have all melted away. So what am I saying? Guys, my room is really hot right now and I'm doing this voiceover like sweating. So if I sound like I'm sweating, it's because I am. This is a jewelry store called Grille. Jewelry and watches, and they basically have jewelry and watches. Is that Vera Farmiga? Girl, I loved you in The Conjuring. Find that demon. Oh, who is that handsome man I see? Can I get his number? Now this car was just sitting in the middle of the lobby, stunning, vintage,
bright blue. I loved it. I really wanted to sit in here and test it out, but these greedy animals just won't get out. And they won't even look at me. Hello, do I exist? They have all the brands you could ever need. This is Ale and Anchor, a bar. Very cool, very kind of Irish. Like I could dance on the tables here. The lobby also had a bridge. This one's much safer than the one in Terabithia. Girl, that one's dangerous. This is the market. I couldn't go in because it was closed, but I'm assuming they have merch, snacks, little day-to-day things you can need. Also, this is Sorrento's, a free pizza place where you can just go and say, I want a slice of pepperoni, please. And they give it to you. So that's fierce. I did go and get a slice of pepperoni just to relive my days of the gout, right? Let's taste test it, shall we? Is this painting not giving the scene from The Passion? Remember that movie where Satan's holding the baby and the baby's like, I feel like that's the energy surrounding this piece. Maybe I should sit somewhere else because I feel scared. Anyways, this place is so cute. I love this red bench. I love the vibe. There's a lot of pictures of people from the olden days. Vintage people that talk like this. Hello, sweetheart. Did you see the paper today? We went to the moon. It looked like a big piece of cheese. That's how people were back then, you know? So I'm gonna try this pepperoni. Oh! Slap my pepperoni and call me marinara. I love that. First of all, this is not my lunch. This is a pre-lunch snack. We're having a room service lunch because the breakfast room service ate so hard. I'm hoping the lunch eats just as much. Anyways, I expected frozen tasting pizza, to be honest. I expected 7-Eleven pizza, gas station pizza, gutter pizza. But this, it's not the best pizza ever, but it tastes like Sbarro's. Have you ever had Sbarro's at the mall? It's like a pizza place that's like exclusively at malls. And they have decent pizza. It is thin crust, but the crust is kind of floppy and it's a little bit chewy. The cheese is nice and salty. The marinara tastes just like pure fresh tomatoes and the pepperoni tastes like normal pepperoni. It has that exciting gout essence, you know? So it's not the best pizza ever, but it tastes like good kind of typical restaurant pizza, so I'm happy with it. This is the Star Lounge, only stars allowed, so they welcomed me with open arms. This is the inside of the Star Lounge. As you can see, there's a library randomly. Shh! There's some seats and a stage, and I just had to perform my Camp Rock knees. It is now time to go lower, I think to the 4th floor. I'm not totally sure though. But I went down the stairs and they had a hibachi place called Izumi. And I almost filmed here, but then I was like, ooh, hibachi tables are like big and there's tons of like strangers around you.
So I didn't.
They also have a sports bar called Playmakers. That's cool. Some more staircases, some more gold accents, and some more lounges, and half a car. I don't know who would buy half a car, but it must be half price. So maybe that's the appeal. There I was. Oh, walking, trying to look elegant, and I think I achieved it at the end of the day. Oh, moonwalking. Okay, astronaut. Now this is the main dining room. This is where you go to eat your, free dinner. Now I chose not to eat here during this trip because typically they sit you with strangers, and I just once again felt too awkward filming around people during this specific trip. Other trips I feel more brave, but this one I was like, girl, I am paying for my meals so I can sit alone. So I went down to the next floor. They had an art gallery and another dining room, basically another place to avoid. And they also had a Royal Theater. I think they show movies here, but I'm not totally sure. And I think they also do some shows, but I'm once again not totally sure. Oh. Now this is the 2nd floor, and basically it didn't have much besides some terrifying paintings. It's like a possessed Danny DeVito. And this floor also had a conference center, and I tried to go down to the 1st floor, but it was blocked off. Well, girlies, it looks like I can't go down to the 1st floor. The coals are probably too hot. They don't want me to get singed. I get it. So I think it's time to go have our room service lunch. My room service lunch arrived, and I got 4 things. I got a peanut butter and jelly. Quiet, I'll explain in a second. Some some buffalo chicken wings, a chicken quesadilla with some dipping sauces, a cheesecake as well with a berry compote.
So I was gonna film on the balcony again because, you know, I have a balcony. I wanna use it as much as possible, but it's kinda hot and mama doesn't wanna chew and sweat at the same time. That's a very stressful combination. So we're gonna have a little couch date, like a little couch picnic. If only I had a basket and a blanket and a charcuterie board, it would really feel like a picnic. Anyways, this is the menu for the all-day room service. You must be thinking, Timmy, why on earth, as a food critic that is world-renowned, did you get a peanut butter and jelly? Listen, even though I've eaten caviar and lobster, I'm not above any food. I'm very grounded. I'm stuck on the ground because of gravity. And the truth is, I haven't had a PB&J in probably years. I used to love them and I felt like it. And it's free, sort of. There's a fee, but it's kind of free. So I got what I wanted, as we all should on vacation. So let's try it. They made it really fancy. It's like a 3-level peanut butter and jelly, probably to mimic the ship's decks. I love that. Mmm. Mmm. Strawberry. You're probably thinking, Timmy,
Are you seriously about to critique a peanut butter and jelly?
yes. The bread tastes like Wonder, not of the seas, like Wonder bread. And it's fluffy and typical. The peanut butter is creamy, not crunchy, and definitely tastes like the Peter Pan one or Jif. And the jelly is grape jelly. It's sweet and there's just enough of it. I love this. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. Okay, now it's time for the real food, the buffalo chicken wings. Oh, I put that there. These smell so good. I know people drag me when I get chicken wings because I get them a lot, but I haven't had them yet on this cruise and I have to try Royal's chicken wings. They actually look breaded, which is kind of different for buffalo wings. Very saucy, they smell incredible, and I got ranch instead of blue queso. No, that's blue queso. It's blue queso, it's okay. Accidents happen, mold exists. What am I gonna do about it? Complain? No, it was sort of free. Okay, this is a big mamacita right here. Come here. Oh my goodness. Goodness gracious. Those are fantastic. Ow. I probably just woke someone up. Well, it's lunchtime.
Wake up, lazy.
I was not expecting them to taste that good. They don't taste special or unique, but they taste like a really good chicken wing. Let me just say, they're not gooey or gummy. It's all meat in there, very tender. They're also very big, and the breading is so crunchy. And it has like a seasoning blend that reminds me more of like a roasted chicken, but within fried breading, if that makes sense. I can almost taste some like herbes de Provence or, you know, some Mrs. Dash, something like that. She can run real fast. She's like, catch me if you can. And then the buffalo sauce is genuinely spicy, also super tangy. It just has that classic amazing buffalo flavor. Just fantastic. I'm giving the wings a very strong 9 out of 10. Wow, I did not see that coming. Next up, we got the chicken quesadilla. I know the L is silent, but sometimes I like to change it up and say the L. Quesadilla, quesadilla, Godzilla. Ooh, freestyle, watch out. So I got chicken in it. It has guacamole, salsa, and sour creme. Pretty heavy, pretty full of cheese. Let's try it by itself and then with the sauces. Guac. Salsa. Sour cream. All right. Listen, quality-wise, it's great. The chicken tastes totally real, and I'm pretty sure it might be the grilled chicken from the buffet. Listen, cruises need to recycle to keep the oceans clean, so I'm not surprised if they're sharing chicken. And it also has a lot of cheese. The tortilla is really good, very grilled, but it's really lacking flavor. You know, chicken really needs to carry the quesadilla in terms of seasoning. That's the part of the quesadilla that actually adds flavor, but this chicken doesn't have any seasoning. And the guac tastes like that packaged guac from the avocado toast. The salsa tastes like paste salsa, but there's no sauces or anything. It just needs like some sort of a chipotle sauce maybe, or just some cumin something. Maybe even just a dash of chili powder. Come on. So I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. Last but not least, we have the cheesecake. Now this is a pretty big slice and it has a berry blend. Let's dig in. Okay. Okay. Ooh. That's good.
That tastes like a sit-down restaurant cheesecake. Once again, does it taste like a different, special, unique moment? No, but it's a very satisfying, decent quality, perfectly flavored cheesecake. It has the iconic cream cheese flavor and the slight tartness, and it has just enough sweetness to balance that out. And the texture is very dense, and the crust is just a classic graham cracker crust. The berry compote is a classic compote. So I'm very happy with that. I'm gonna give it a nice strong 8 out of 10. I have to say, I think that Royal Caribbean's room service is 100 times better than the buffet. Like, compared to Carnival's room service, when I got that, I was shocked. It was some of the worst food I've had in my career. It wasn't even food fit for a carnival or a clown. So this is a breath of fresh air. Oh, that's fresh. So I'm gonna be editing this video until dinner. It is the finale meal moment, and we're gonna be eating at another specialty restaurant that I had to pay for. So put on that cute dress that I bought for you. Yeah, the little one that's red with the slit going up the thigh. That one. I'm taking you out on the town. For dinner, we went to Giovanni's Table, which is basically an Italian restaurant. And I think it was around $40 to $50 per person. I forget. It was a couple days ago now. As you can see, the decor is very delicate and very pretty. Of course, an ocean view. And there was a whole forest on my table as well. I felt like Taylor in her folklore era. This is the menu. Pause if you'd like. Of course, they have primi, secondi, and dolci. They also gave me some bread, 2 kinds of bread. My, oh my. Well, don't you just look ravishing in that red dress? I was so right about it. Oh, my wife, wow. And that lipstick just looks so beautiful, too. Is that from MAC? Oh, is that the rosebud shade? I've been wanting to try that. I mean, I've been wanting to give you a little kiss. So this place is really nice. The vibe is like Olive Garden if it could float, right? Look at this bread. I just watched live action Snow White, and the hag's fingers looked just like this. Let's try it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, yes, let's dip it into this Parmesan balsamic olive oil mixture. That's some real olive oil. You can tell when it's freshly milked out of the olive, you know? So this is good. It tastes kind of like a cracker, but the outside kind of tastes slightly like a Cheez-It. There's like a cooked cheese flavor to it that's really nice. And I'll try this bread. It looks like sourdough to me. It's falling apart. So I said because of this blend. I think it's really nice. Thank you so much. I moved that. That looks amazing. Thank you so much. Ooh, smells so good. Okay, Timmy, focus. The bread itself, to be honest, does not taste fresh. In fact, it tastes anti-fresh. It tastes unfresh. It just kind of tastes like bread that's been sitting on a little bit, you know? Overall, I'm gonna give the bread a 6 out of 10, yes. Because I like the long phalange ones. For my appetizer, I got minestrone soup, and I also got an arugula lemon salad. This soup smells incredible. It's a minestrone. Now, I've only had minestrone at Olive Garden, so I don't know if that's like authentic or not. This looks more authentic, and it just looks more like sustenance-y, you know? I've always thought that the word minestrone sounded like an instrument. Oh my gosh. Wow, I think there's an orchestra in there. So this minestrone has chicken broth, diced tomatoes and vegetables, tender macaroni, Parmesan, and basil. Simple, but it sounds very comforting. Let's try it. Ooh. Okay. Is there cheese on me? Is there? I swear I saw like a string hanging, but I could like see it when I did this, you know what I mean? To me, it kind of just tastes like I'm eating hot marinara sauce, like a bowl of it. I think the minestrone at Olive Garden had more of like a chili flavor to it, which I really liked. I sound like the dumbest food critic praising Olive Garden, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes I prefer trash, and that's okay. Yeah, it's just like a bowl of pasta sauce with a few pieces of pasta. I do like the spinach, though. It does add a kind of difference in texture, difference in flavor. It kind of breaks up the marinara flavor, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm gonna have to give it a 4 out of 10. I'm sorry. It's just that the girly here is so nice. I like want to love everything, but my honesty always comes through. Just like Ella Enchanted, I have to tell the truth. Anyways, let's hope the salad slays. It probably will, right? The arugula salad has zesty arugula. Oh, it's not like the other girls. Was it grown in the quirky garden? Cherry tomatoes tossed with a bright lemon vinaigrette. Love a lemon vinaigrette. Shaved Parmesan. Love shaved Parmesan. And Italian parsley. I didn't know there was an Italian version of parsley. It's like, Mamma mia, I'm parsley. Okay, so is this already tossed or do I toss it? Oh, it's all great so far. This is really good. I didn't have to lie. This is why I love being a horse. This is why. Because I get to eat stuff like this. That is true simple perfection. Listen, arugula on its own can be very bitter. And I typically don't really like on sandwiches because it just kind of takes over. But when it's the base of a salad, with the correct toppings and the specific balance of the mathematics with the scientific facts, it works. The tartness from the lemon vinaigrette cuts through the bitterness and really almost makes it completely eliminated like a contestant on Survivor. And then the Parmesan adds this really nice salty crumminess. This is very crummy Parmesan, almost like dusty, like an attic. So it sort of coated all the arugula. Like I said, super simple, but it really worked for me. I adored this. I'm giving that a 10 out of 10. For my entree, I was able to get a meat and a pasta. So I got the chicken piccata and this carbonara. It was a pretty big portion. I was impressed. Okay, so both of these dishes are things that I've never really ordered at a restaurant. Well, maybe chicken piccata like a long time ago, but I have never ordered a carbonara. It just has too many carbs. It has an egg yolk on top you mix in or something. Oh, that bounce is reminding me of my wife's butt. Ooh. I didn't mean to break it yet. Okay, now I have to mix it. I don't know about egg and pasta, guys. I'm nervous. It sounds questionable. Also, like, I don't need the egg. Save it. Eggs are hard to come by these days, right? I will happily give it back. And it's actually called tagliatelle carbonara. It's just pasta with crispy pancetta, a creamy egg yolk, and cracked pepper sauce topped with freshly grated Parmigiano Reggiano. Ooh. Yes. Okay, so I imagined the carbonara to be a little more different, but it's good. It kind of tastes like fettuccine alfredo a little bit. Like, no, you know what it actually tastes like? This is gonna sound like a drag, but I kind of mean it as a compliment. It kind of tastes like a Knorr, you know, the Knorr pasta, like in the little green packets that you get at the store. Kind of tastes like that, but like real. Do you know what I mean? It just has a very similar flavor to that. The cracked pepper sauce could have more pepper in it. The pancetta could come through more. I feel like even in the bites that have pancetta, the flavor's not very strong. It almost kind of tastes like beef jerky. Now the egg yolk, once it's mixed in, does add a sort of rich, sticky texture, which is nice. But overall, there's not a real prominent flavor coming through. It's just kind of giving basic cream sauce, but a decent one. So I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. I like it, but I don't love it. Now it's time for the chicken piccata. So chicken piccata obviously is a lightly breaded fried chicken, a lemony white wine sauce with capers, potato gnocchi, spinach, and cherry tomatoes. Girlies, let's be respectful and let's give them a moment. They're having a family reunion, mother and daughter. I know it's been so long since you guys saw each other. Hey. It's been a long time. Yeah, Mom, I hatched like last month, but you're still treating me like a child. Well, maybe I would start treating you like an adult if you started acting like one. See, this is why I don't come around anymore. This is why I'm keeping you out of my life. You will never understand me. Oh, I understand you. I've been you, but I've grown and I've become a full piccata. Wow, guys. Should I even eat this? I think there's a lot of bitterness going on. Okay, let's get a piece of chicken, some sauce, and a gnocchi. Get out of here. Oh. Listen. Oh, this chicken is very simple. It's just basically breadcrumbs on chicken fried. There's nothing else really going on, but it's crispy. And because it's so simple, it's really able to take on the sauce's flavor. And the sauce is fantastic. It's so lemony, so garlicky, and the white wine flavor tastes very sophisticated. I would know I'm the queen of sophistication. Now, the gnocchi is a no for me. They're a little too doughy and a bit too heavy. I know that gnocchi has a very simple flavor, but these ones taste extra simple. They're not really adding anything to the dish besides just a heaviness, you know? Overall, though, I really like this. Obviously, I'm gonna give it a strong 8 out of 10. Yes! For dessert, I got the panna cotta in a gorgeous glass vase. I don't know what I was expecting when I ordered the panna cotta, but this is big. This is not just a panna cotta, this is a panna lotta. What is even in this? Creamy lemon custard, ooh, with strawberry coulis. Coulis? Jamie Lee Coulis? It also has a touch of basil syrup and fresh mint. Okay. Oh, okay, it looks like a flan. Oh my God, I hate it so much. It tastes like a lasagna. And I think that might be because of the basil syrup. It's very strong and it's really giving it a pasta savory flavor. We're ending this cruise on a terrible note, but I've still had a great time. I'm still gonna keep my chin held high. And then this custard has a very cottage cheesy texture, and it reminds me of the cheese filling in a lasagna, and this berry stuff on top tastes like pink lemonade, but it tastes like pink lemonade on a lasagna. I hate it. I think I might have to go get a dessert at the buffet so we can finish on a good note, because this is not gonna do, girlies. I'm gonna give it a 1 out of 10. Otherwise though, I think that Giovanni's table is quite good. I liked most of what I ate. I had a great time. Well, girlies, this is it. This is goodbye. Until next week, obviously. But still, it's been a journey, a treacherous one, but also one with joy and hope. This is a lemon curd tartlet, so this is my final bite. Hopefully, we will end the video on a good note. Delectable. A crunchy tart crust, tangy lemon curd, and a gorgeous blob of meringue toasted on top. Simple perfection. I love it. 10 out of 10. So overall, Royal Caribbean has been great. I think the room is fantastic. All the staff has been incredible. Some of the food has been meh, some has been
nasty,
but a lot of it has genuinely been good. Even though it's not the best cruise I've ever been on, I think my favorite so far was VV. Royal was a lot of fun. I'm gonna give Royal Caribbean overall a strong 7 out of 10. Yes! Thank you so much for watching. If you watched this whole thing, you are that girl. Give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe. I'll see you next time. I love you guys so much. Bye, girlies!